Aloha friends and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make an inexpensive lei from grocery store roses. You can use spray roses, but I've chosen to use the regular size roses just because the petal is bigger and you don't need as many. So my daughter helped me pick out these roses from the grocery store. They generally run from about $18.99, $19.99. So I'm just rounding it up to an easy $20. Pretty inexpensive. And just a side note, I am also using po hina hina from my yard to fill out the lei. I think I would probably need maybe a dozen and a half roses for a full rose petal lei, but no need to spend an additional $20. Just use whatever you have in your yard if that's available to you. So to start off with, if you are using your roses right away, you can start processing them. If you need to make the lei at a different point in time, you want to make sure to trim the ends of the stems at an angle, place them in water, and if wanted, you can put in the food packet that comes with the roses. Sometimes I do that if I have to store the roses for a longer period of time, but since I'm using them right away, no need. So you want to make sure to remove any bruised, discolored, yucky looking petals from the rose itself. You can use them if you want, and you just can kind of tuck them into the lei so they're hidden, but these didn't have a whole lot of bad petals, so there's really no need to kind of go through everyone. Basically, you just want to snap the heads off of the stems. Then you want to gently pull the petals off of the base. And you can see it's really easy. It doesn't damage the petals. And it's a really quick way to get all those petals off. So you don't have to sit there and pluck each one off. That would take a really long time. This way is just fine. So process your roses, get your petals ready, and then we can come back and start the process of making the lei. So today we are making a regular size lei, about 32 inches. You can go longer if you want, but I've chosen to make a regular size lei. I'm using a 12-inch lei needle. That's my preferred size, but feel free to use whatever you have on hand. You don't really need the long one. That's just what I like working with. And I have my regular raffia that I like to use. As I've mentioned before, this is what I prefer to use instead of string or dental floss. It's really inexpensive. I buy the long waterfall raffia at Ace, and I think it's probably about $20, maybe a little bit more, but it lasts me a really long time and it holds up really well. So you want to make sure to leave a couple inches at the top of your raffia, and at the bottom, after you tie your knot, leave a couple inches so you have lots of room to work with. Once you're all ready, you can just start rolling your petals. I've chosen to kind of roll them into thirds. You could fold them in half. You could fold them in quarters. Basically, any way that looks best to you. I think rolling them looks really nice because you have that really full, fluffy look when you're pau with the lei, and they kind of pack together really nicely. So continue rolling your petals or folding, whatever method works best for you or whatever method you like best. And work your way down your needle until you're ready to push onto the raffia. Make sure to go a little slowly when you are pushing down the needle down the raffia or whatever string or dental floss, whatever you're using. The rose petal may catch and tear. That's okay. It'll just fall off and you can just add more as you go. So here you can see me pulling down the raffia until I reach the knot. And then you just keep going until your lei is full. And here I am adding in the pohina that I harvested from my yard. I'm using a similar roll and fold method as I did with the rose petals, making sure to leave that kind of large puffy leaf look. I don't know how to describe it, but I'm folding it and rolling it similar to as I did the rose petals. So it has a similar, very full look. You can use any kind of leaf that you want, whatever looks best, and whatever is free and available in your yard. Now that I've finished my lei, I'm making a raffia bow to be added on as a pretty little accent. Raffia bows are very easy to make. You can make a raffia bow, you can make a tea bow, whatever you have available to you. You do not have to spend a lot of money to make a beautiful lei. So you basically just take a strand of raffia, wrap it around your hand until it's at the end, and then tie it together in the middle. And as you can see, I'm finishing off my lei by tying the two ends together. You can see that I left lots of room, so I have lots of room to work with. And I probably knot it too many times. I just want to be careful and make sure that the lei doesn't fall apart when someone's wearing it or it gets jostled around. So I knot it quite a bit if I have a lot of room. It's probably overkill, but better safe than sorry, yeah? And then I add my raffia bow. You could tie it on to where you just finished knotting and tying together your lei, wherever you think it'll look best. Really, whatever works best for you, whatever you think looks best. So I tie off the bow and then I will trim these ends when I am pau, and then the lei will be ready to go. And you probably want to store the lei wrapped and in a Ziploc bag in the fridge until it is ready if you are not using it right away. This will last several days in the fridge. It's pretty hardy. Just make sure that it's dry with no water. You don't need to spray it. It'll last. Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate you watching and learning along with me. And let me know if you decide to make a lei and send me a DM, find me on Instagram or TikTok and show me what you've made. I'd love to see it. Mahalo.